Let me show something worth noticing. You're doing too much. I don't mean you're working too hard. I mean you're moving constantly but building nothing. You're reading, watching, planning, researching, and somewhere in all that motion you convinced yourself it counts as progress. It doesn't. I've watched people do this for decades. They collect strategies like stamps. They know every investing term, every tax loophole, every side hustle framework. They can explain compounding better than I can, and they're still broke. Not because they're lazy, because they're busy being busy. There's a pattern I've seen repeat so many times it stopped surprising me. The people who stay stuck aren't the ones who know too little. They're the ones who know too much and do too little. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect strategy, the perfect clarity. And while they wait, time does what it always does. It moves on without them. Here's what I've noticed about money that nobody wants to hear. It doesn't care how smart you are. It doesn't care how many books you've read or how well you understand the theory. Money responds to one thing: consistency, not intensity, not brilliance, not passion. Just the boring, invisible work of doing the same simple thing over and over until it becomes automatic. I learned this the hard way. Years ago, I thought complexity was sophistication. I thought if I wasn't constantly adjusting, optimizing, and strategizing, I wasn't serious. So I did everything. Multiple brokerage accounts, spreadsheets that took hours to update, investment strategies I'd switch every few months because I read something new. I felt productive. I was just distracted. The shift happened when I stopped, not because I figured something out, because I got tired. I picked three things, automated them, and ignored everything else. That's when things started to change. Not dramatically, not immediately, but steadily, quietly, in a way that compounded without me needing to think about it. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't have a knowledge problem. They have a decision problem. They know they should invest. They know they should save. They know they should cut the subscriptions they don't use and stop buying things that make them feel successful. They just don't. Because knowing and doing are separated by something most people underestimate: discomfort. Doing the simple thing means admitting you don't need the complex thing. And admitting that feels like losing status, like you're not as smart as you thought, like you're giving up. So people stay in motion. They research one more strategy. They wait for one more signal. They convince themselves they're being careful. They're being afraid. I've seen this in people who earn six figures and live paycheck to paycheck. Not because they don't make enough, because they never decided what enough looks like. They keep moving the target, keep adding complexity, keep telling themselves that once they figure it out, then they'll start. But there's no moment when it all clicks, no perfect clarity, no system so good it removes the discomfort of starting. There's just the decision to do something small today and then do it again tomorrow. The people who build wealth aren't the ones with the best plans. They're the ones who picked a boring plan and stuck with it long enough for time to do the work. Time is the ingredient most people forget to add. They want the result now. They want to feel like they're winning now. So they chase excitement, new opportunities, faster returns, louder wins, and they end up starting over again and again because excitement doesn't compound. Boredom does. I used to think patience was about waiting. It's not. It's about continuing. It's about doing the thing that doesn't feel like enough every month, every year, until you look back and realize it was always enough. You just couldn't see it yet. Here's what almost nobody talks about. The hardest part of building wealth isn't the market. It isn't the economy. It isn't your salary. It's the silence, the months where nothing seems to happen, where your account grows by a number that doesn't feel meaningful, where you're doing everything right and it still doesn't feel like progress. Most people quit here, not because it's not working, because it doesn't feel like it's working. They need proof, validation, a sign that it's paying off. But wealth doesn't send signs. It just quietly accumulates in the background while you're busy living your life. The ones who make it are the ones who learn to be okay with that silence, who stopped checking, stopped comparing, stopped needing the work to feel like winning. They just kept going. I've spent years watching people. The ones who struggled all shared the same trait. They treated money like a performance, something to optimize, showcase, and prove. The ones who succeeded treated it like a background process, something that runs quietly while they focus on everything else. That's the difference. Not intelligence, not discipline, not even income. Just the willingness to let something simple happen without needing it to feel important. You already know what to do. You've known for a while. You're just waiting for permission to stop making it complicated. This is it. Pick one thing, automate it, forget about it, not because it's exciting, because it works. And maybe years from now, you'll look back and realize the moment you stopped trying so hard was the moment you actually started building something. You won't feel different tomorrow. You might not feel different for a long time, but you'll be different. And one day, quietly, you'll notice. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and turn on notifications